All right. So my name is Mr. Harper, Isaiah Harper. I am the television broadcasting teacher and film here for the Career Technology Center for the City of Tuscaloosa Schools. And this is my 7th year teaching. Before I started teaching, I was a reporter for several TV stations in 4 different states: Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, and Kentucky. All right. And so I've been around, and I have had the opportunity to talk to a lot of people in my lifetime, interviewing them, putting together stories in a crunch. And one of the things that you learn in putting together stories in a crunch is, how do you pick a sound bite quickly? How do you do an interview where a person is saying a whole lot, and you do that interview at 4 o'clock, for example, and you have 45 minutes to put together a package or a VOSOT or some sort of presentation for the 5 o'clock news? So how do you pick out that soundbite very quickly? So here is what I want to share with you, what I tell my students here. By the way, this is my TV classroom behind me. I tell my students that you write the facts, okay? All of the important information, all of the details. If it's a police story about someone that got hurt, unfortunately, in an accident, you write where it happened. You write how it happened. You write what time it happened. You write who was all involved. But what captivates an audience to that story is the emotion that is expressed behind those facts. So all of the facts that you write, there are emotions behind them. So remember that. So when something terrible has happened, there is emotion behind it. Somebody is happy about it, somebody is sad about it. So always remember that whatever you write, there is emotion behind it, okay? And so I teach my students to search for the emotion behind the facts. So if you don't remember anything that I tell you today, search for the emotion behind the facts. Whatever is backing up those facts, that's the sound bite to pick. So what do you have to do to pick that sound bite? First of all, you have to be a good listener, okay? So you have to listen as you're doing the interview, as you're asking the questions. You have to be a good listener for that good emotional soundbite behind the facts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you really quick and tell me if you can see it. And I'm going to pull up this soundbite right here. We did this interview. It was an interview we were doing in my class for a video to promote CTE, Career Tech, okay? We were promoting Career Tech, and we were doing some interview with parents to talk about how career technical education has helped their child. And this was one of the interviews with one of the parents. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play it. I want you to listen, and I'm going to see if you can pick out the emotion, the better emotion, I should say, behind what she's saying. Okay, hold on.
That you would go on and have a base knowledge of, say, TV production or robotics or any of these other skills that you would go on and take to college with you. So I think just somehow getting the word out to everybody through little videos like this, and maybe like, look, I know that there's like an open house scheduled for sometime in February. Oh, was it next week? I thought it was in February.
Next month.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what it is then. TCTA is opening doors for students that they didn't know that they could open, and it's an avenue for students who some may not want to go to college, some maybe do want to go to college, and it just opens a lot of doors. And for me personally, it's been a game changer for my 10th grade son.
All right, did you guys see that? Could you hear it? Thumbs up, you could see it, hear it? Good. So somebody tell me what was the most emotional soundbite behind the facts of promoting CTE using that interview with the parent? Anybody? Charm in, turn your mic on. Anybody?
It sounded calm and collected to me.
What was the most emotional soundbite in that interview?
I liked the part where he said that it was a game changer for her 10th grade son.
You were listening, right? So she said it was a game changer for her son. So if we are doing a story about promoting career technical education and you have someone say, hey, this school was a game changer for my son, that's the emotion behind all of the other stuff that we're going to write, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play the ultimate video that we came up with using this particular parent and another parent in creating the video that we were aiming to do. Hold on one second. Well, I'm going to click on it first.
This is something that's giving him some ideas from.
Oops, hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me go out. And then I want to share. Okay. There it is. All right, here's the ultimate video.
This is something that's giving him some ideas for me personally.
It froze on me.
Ideas for me personally, it's been a game changer for my 10th grade son. Construction class, and so that's what he's in, and he absolutely loves it. He does not know what he wants to do as an adult. He's more just kind of like, he's more of a little my free spirit, and so we don't really know what he wants to do yet. I just thought, why would you say no? They take art and music and Spanish, and I think I felt like it was like a technical school, and that if he came here, he would maybe learn like a trade, and then that would be it. Like he wouldn't maybe pursue college classes. And with my first child, I guess I thought that was a little scary, or I just didn't know enough about it. He has only gotten to go just a few times so far, but he loves it. He told me on the very first day, that was the first thing he said when I picked him up from school that day, was, I really like my TCTA class. Not everyone can learn. They're not auditory learners. They're not visual learners. They're kinesthetic learners. And I believe that the classes here, the teachers are able to teach across the curriculum. Like classes that you would go on and have a base knowledge of, say, TV production or robotics. They can see the end goal and some practical applications, or any of these other skills that you would go on and take to college with you. I guess I thought that if he took classes here, it meant he wasn't going to go to college. I just had some wrong ideas about what TCTA is about. It should definitely be encouraged for everybody to try at least one class here at TCTA. My youngest asked to take classes, and then my middle son is interested, he's shown interest in taking some Barbary classes. My 10th grader needed this school, whether it would be a hobby or something that they can use in their own life later that would be helpful. Could save themselves a lot of money. It could be a side job. How do you know whether or not you like it if you don't try it? So I think it should be encouraged for all the students to try out. There's such a broad range of things you can take here that it's not just construction or welding. It's cooking, it's childcare, it's broadcasting. Possibilities are endless. And I think
if parents are like me and thought it was one thing, and thought maybe it was just a technical school, and I would say you're wrong.
Alrighty. So did you guys see all of those emotional sound bites that were in that piece? We took a lot of emotional sound bites. That was the goal, to pick a lot of emotional sound bites to use in that documentary type story, promotional piece. Wasn't a news story, but again, the objective is when you are writing a story or trying to convey the emotional side of a story, you pick the emotional sound bites that back up the facts. Okay, so if anything else that you remember from this session, please remember, write the facts down, use those as your audio tracks, your informational audio tracks, but pick sound bites to go with your informational audio tracks that back up those facts. Get people to feel what you are writing. Get people to feel the facts as you have laid them out, using the most emotional parts of the sound bites from your interviews. Anybody got any questions about that? No? Was that helpful to you all? Some? Yeah, good. Brookwood, how you doing, Brookwood? I see Kayla, Brookwood.
I was about to ask you.
Who was about to ask something?
I was about to ask you to say hey to Brookwood.
Say hey to Brookwood. Yeah, Brookwood, right up from Tuscaloosa. We're right next door. All righty, if you guys don't have any questions, that's the end of this session. Let me know, write any notes and send me messages if you want to know more about how to pick sound bites out quickly. Be a good listener. Listen for the emotion. Don't write the facts as you're conducting an interview, but listen for the emotion. And those emotional sound bites are those that back up your facts. Okay.
Thank you.
Hope you guys are having fun. Bye-bye.